Today we're going to dive into a topic that's right at the heart of what it means to be a leader: influence. More specifically, we're going to talk about that razor-thin line between using your influence for good and accidentally, or maybe not so accidentally, crossing over into manipulation.
So let's just start with this question right here. Is there really a difference between a great leader and a great manipulator? Seriously, think about it. On the surface, they can look scarily similar. Both can be charismatic, persuasive, and really good at getting people to move toward a goal. But the real difference, well, that's what we're here to unpack. I find it helpful to think of influence as a leader's most powerful tool. But just like any powerful tool, it's a double-edged sword. In the right hands, it can build amazing things. In the wrong hands, it can do some serious damage.
Look, every leader has to influence people. That's the job, right? It's how you get projects done, how you motivate your team, how you hit those big goals. But the how is everything. The way you apply that influence is what determines if you're a builder or a breaker. And that tiny critical line separating the two, it's all about integrity. Okay, so let's get really clear on this. To be able to use your influence responsibly, you have to know, like in your bones, the difference between these two things.
So let's start with the good stuff, ethical influence. This is not about just getting someone to do what you want, it's about guiding them constructively. And you can't do that without the key ingredients, transparency and mutual trust. It's built on respect, not just on your title or position.
Now, on the flip side, you've got manipulation. And just listen to those words: coercing, deceiving. It's still about getting an outcome, but the methods are totally self-serving. And it almost always comes at someone else's expense. Sometimes it's obvious, but often it's subtle, Things like leaving out key details or maybe using a little guilt to nudge someone in a certain direction.
And when you lay them out side by side like this, wow, the difference is crystal clear, isn't it? Ethical influence, it builds things. It builds a long-term trust. It encourages people to speak up because everyone's focused on a win-win. Manipulation, on the other hand, it just breaks things. Trust gets eroded fast. There are hidden agendas, a focus on what's in it for me, and a total disregard for what's right. One builds, the other destroys. There's really no in between.
So, knowing the difference is one thing, but how do you actually apply this stuff in the real world? In the heat of the moment, when you have to make a call? Well, that's where having an ethical compass comes in handy.
And here's a super practical tool you can use, the 3-point integrity check. Seriously, before you try to persuade someone, just hit pause and ask yourself these 3 quick questions. First, the values check. Does this actually line up with my ethics and our company's ethics? Does it feel right? Second, transparency. Am I being totally upfront here? Am I sharing everything they need to know? And third, the benefit check. Who really wins here? Is this for the good of the team, the whole organization, or is this mostly about me? This little framework can be a total game changer. Now here's the thing, your choice to use influence or manipulation, it doesn't just end with that one conversation. Oh no, it sends out a powerful ripple effect that touches your entire team and pretty soon, your entire company culture. And just look at the data, it tells the whole story. When you lead with ethical influence, trust goes way up. People feel safe to innovate and share crazy ideas. And guess what? They stick around. Retention is high. But when manipulation is the name of the game, the results are brutal. Trust isn't just damaged, it's destroyed. Innovation gets choked out by fear. And retention? Forget about it. The long-term costs are absolutely staggering. And all of this, really, it brings us to the ultimate question that every single leader has to face. When it's all said and done, what are you actually building? What is your legacy going to be? I love this quote because it just nails it. Ethical influence builds legacies. Manipulation just builds resentment. That's the choice, right there. Are you building something lasting, something based on trust and real impact? Or are you just creating a pile of resentment that's going to fall apart the second you turn your back? That choice gets made in every single interaction, every single day. So I'll leave you with this one last thing to think about. Forget about your job title. Forget about the quarterly numbers for a minute. Just ask yourself this, honestly. How do people on your team describe your influence when you're not around? Whatever that answer is, that's your true measure as a leader. That's the real test of your integrity.